6th of June, D-Day, and also my son's birthday today. Very proud of my boy. He's taken his father's love of cooking and gone one step further and working as a chef. So happy birthday, Finn. Hope you've had a great day. It's been a while since we've done a video. Life's been pretty busy. We went back to the UK for a month so that I could earn some money just to keep us ticking over. We took the big trailer back to the UK because I was unable to register it here because it didn't have a certificate of conformity, which just made it impossible. So took it back to the UK, managed to sell it literally the day we got back, only to find the person who bought it off of us put it straight back on Facebook Marketplace and sold it for 800 quid a couple of days later. £800 more, I mean, than what we sold it to him for. So good luck to him, I suppose. Undersold it, obviously. It's always the way. But we got the money back that we paid for it, so it was not a bad deal for us. The irony, though, is that I had to buy another trailer to come back because the van, once we loaded it up with all our stuff, was overweight by half a ton. And down through Germany they pull you over occasionally and check your weights, and you'll get a huge fine, and they confiscate stuff to bring you back down to weight. So it wasn't worth taking the chance. But I bought a much smaller trailer, 750 kilogram one, and also it's a European make, so I shouldn't really have any trouble registering it. Haven't tried yet, but we will, and that will then give us, once the big van sells, a little bit more capability to carry things over here, because all we've got then is just a small van. So yeah, we actually came back about 5 weeks ago, but it's been pretty hectic. I had to cut all the grass because we were away for April, so the grass sort of got up ridiculously high in that 1 month. And luckily or unluckily, depending on your point of view, the big mower motor blew up just before we went back to the UK, which, although it was a bit of a pain, it did mean that I could get a second-hand, or I've actually bought a couple of second-hand engines to fit it, one of which I whopped straight on without any sort of servicing, just got it on, checked the oil, just to get mowing done. The other one I'm going to strip right down over the winter and make it a really sort of pucker engine to put on next year. So that's that. The polytunnel, I'll take you for a little walk in a minute and show you what's happening in the polytunnel. Unfortunately, because we weren't here all through April, that obviously is the time when a lot of the seeds were germinating. So obviously the ones that were in the polytunnel side didn't get watered. The ones on the netted side are okay. They're a bit slow because they didn't have any sort of nurturing, but it's all going, so I'll show you in a bit. Teresa actually isn't here now. My sister Vida came over, which was a great help. She's really helped a lot. Done a lot of decorating, painted all these poles, and generally helped out in a big way. So she came over for 2 weeks, and Teresa's gone back with her so that she can visit the latest addition to our family, which is our lovely little granddaughter Willow. So that brings the total score now to 4 grandchildren, so 2 boys and 2 girls, so it's level pegging at the moment. Since she's been gone, my priority is to try and make the what you call the sort of summer room, the open fronted room in the house, into a spare bedroom, because when Teresa's coming back, she's bringing our youngest daughter and her partner over for a week's holiday. So I've got to get that room finished so that we've got somewhere to house them, because at the moment we haven't got a spare room. Vida's okay, she just slums it on the settee, but this apparently is going to be her special room for when she comes over, because she likes to come over quite frequently. So it'll really be Vida's room, but it'll also be the spare room for anybody who comes to visit. I'll show you what I've been doing in there as well. So yeah, on the solar side of things, obviously my priority is to get this room done, so I've had to put off the solar system just for a couple of weeks until I get the room done and they're back and been and gone. I have put a lightning arrestor, you know, surge protection at the solar array end, at the panel end up here. I was going to bring the cabling overhead, but I've had a change of heart, so I'm going to have to, I want to bring it through conduit under the ground, so that will slow me down a little bit, but it'll be better in the end. The angles were all wrong for this big post up here, and it would be pulling too much in one direction, so it's, although it's a good strong post, having a sideways load on it wouldn't have been a good idea really. I have been doing some wiring. I've put a new consumer unit on, and done some of the new wiring with the wire I bought back from the UK. Haven't done everything, but I have done the shower, and I'm going to get a wire down to the washing machine and everything in the cellar soon. The priority things, and then sort of slowly rewire everything to a sort of, not really a UK system, but a safe system. So it'll be what they call TNCS. At the moment it's TNC, which is where you have two core wires and a shared earth, so neutral and earth become the same thing, which is fine, but there's always a slight danger if the neutral wire gets cut in any way, or you know, the cables go, then you form the neutral when you touch something, which probably wouldn't be very nice, so it needs changing. Anyway, so I'll take you for a little wander around after I've had a couple of glugs of this. So coming through into the garden, solar panels first. I'll have a quick look at these. So obviously I've shown you they've been installed. This is going to be the little circuit box this end. I'll have a DC switch and everything on the other end of the cables, but in here this is a switch, so I can isolate it down here, but it's not an ideal sort of switch because it isn't an inertia type switch, which I'll have at the other end. And that's a surge protection, which is earth to the frame, so that hopefully if you get a lightning strike, that will take the zing out of it. Anyway, more to follow on that in the future. And then vineyard, I have managed to get around and trim it and tidy the vines up a little bit. They do need a bit of more tying up now as they're starting to grow up. The new vines are doing quite nicely, so I can get my shadow out of the way. These are the Dimyat down here, which is a white Bulgarian variety. I've basically taken them down to one stem now in the hope that I can get them to train up and then get to the first wire or even the second wire, and just sort of then branch them off from there. So this is more Dimyat. Have had a couple of failures like this one, but out of the 30 vines there's only 3 that haven't taken, so not doing too bad. This is Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir. And then over next to the polytunnel, these are Cabernet Sauvignon, which again are doing quite nicely. Really starting to take off now. So into the polytunnel. Suffering from the heat today. It's too hot in here really. Could do with a good fan through when it's as hot as this. But we got tomatoes. These are peppers and chilies. Cucumbers. Another cucumber. These are aubergines. More peppers and chilies. In here I've got a ginger. I don't know if you can see it. It's just, I'll get out the light. It's just starting to shoot now. Into the intermediary part, these are the 2 lemon trees that I've planted. And then into the netted end, where the ones that seem to be doing the best are trees' Brussels sprouts. It's always the things I can't stand that do well. But yeah, doing alright. Purple sprouting, which I do like, that's doing okay. That's Swiss chard. Parsnips, they all need thinning out, I just haven't had time. Beetroot, more parsnips, more tomatoes, peas, sorry, beans, not peas. This side we've got peas, Swiss chard, and more parsnips. There's some carrots, various things. They're starting to come on now, but they have struggled because of the heat and obviously lack of watering when they were getting started. This is basically 2 weeks growth. I cut everything down 2 weeks ago. It's unbelievable how much things grow. I have gone around and trimmed the worst of the stink trees because they grow incredibly quickly. When you consider these didn't even exist 2 weeks ago. And that's nothing. I mean, this patch over here, I had stink trees that were sort of nearly 2 foot high. So unbelievable. So that's a quick look around the garden. Poor old cherry tree is confirmed to be dead, sadly. So I'm going to have to fell that, and that will be the firewood for next winter. Come on, good boy. Go on then. Don't steal the cat's food. Go on. Go on, Dex, down in the garden. Go on. Dexter, go on, down in the garden. Go on. See, the vines are really taking off now. They've been slow to get going this year, but they're certainly going for it now. So I'm a bit of a messy worker, but this is the what's going to be the spare room. The ceiling was completely fallen in. Well, it wasn't fallen in. It had a hardboard covering over the beams. I think I showed some on an earlier film where I took those down. So we've had to plasterboard it all with the help of Teresa and Vida just before they went. Then I plastered it, which I'm not a very good plasterer, but it's worked okay. And then the beams have been painted up. Today I've just been emulsioning the walls. I've still got all the glossing to do. This open fronted it, because this is typical Bulgarian house. They have this sort of open fronted rooms which are used as sort of like a summer place to sit out in the summer. So what I'm intending to do is, this is actually going to be my solar cupboard here. So this side of this sort of large window area is going to be enclosed, you know, covered over, to form part of the cupboard. This side is just going to have some plastic, I don't know what you call it, like PVC sheeting over it, just to form a window. It obviously wouldn't be a good thing for the winter, but it's perfectly okay in the summer. And we'll keep this just lightweight netted door for now. I'm going to be putting laminate floor down. Under there are my batteries. This is the new consumer unit I've put in. Sort of this half is populated, covered by an RCD. So this, as I slowly change things to TNCS, they'll go onto this side. At the moment, the things on this side aren't RCD protected because they're just TNC, which is this Bulgarian system. But I'll slowly be migrating things across to this side. Still got a loft hatch to make, or cover to make, and that's it really. That's what I've been doing. I've only got a couple more days to get this room finished, so this is my priority. In the garden, this is something Vida did. I fixed up this old wooden wheelbarrow that was, you can't see it very well in this light. I will put some pictures up at the end. Vida calls it upcycling or something. I call it just restoring. But she's painted it all up nicely, and that's going to be a little herb garden. She's put a little flower bed in for Teresa. Peonies flowering. Everything's flowering nicely now. We've got roses. So yeah, it's all looking good. That's where Vida likes to spend any time when she's not painting. Is basically going brown in the sun. But still lots to do. So that's it for this video. Bit rambling, just really a quick sort of see what's been going on. We try and get a little bit more regular again with the videos now we're back over here. I'm going to be getting on with the solar system, so that will show you what system I've got, how I'm going to use it, how I install it. I'll show you as I go along. And then obviously there's still restoration and garden stuff and all that sort of business. I have also been asked to do a costing thing again, so I'll show what well, I haven't paid the taxes for this year, so that will be something coming up soon. I have to go and pay my municipality taxes. Water, we have actually got a water bill, 52 levs for last year, which is about 24 quid, 25 pounds, something like that. And also a sort of a quick delve into what you need to do for residency post-Brexit. We were quite lucky, we did ours pre-Brexit. There are a few more hoops to jump through now, but as I understand it, it's not impossible, but it is definitely more difficult. That is one of the real downsides with Brexit, unfortunately, but there you go. So happy birthday, Finn. Looking forward to Teresa coming back and seeing Ellie and Bobby as well. And looking forward in August to nipping back and seeing our granddaughter Willow and all the rest of the family. So cheers for now, see you soon. Oh, you can't beat a cold beer on a hot day.